Welcome back to more Horizon Zero Dawn New Game Plus Ultra Hard playthrough, and we're here. It's basically the end. I know this one is not going to have much action, it's just going to be a lot of conversation, but yeah, let's see who joined us. Well, we already know that everyone joined us because I don't have any quests left, so that means we have everyone on our team. God, so close to my 100% again completion of trophies. And as you can see, I'm wearing Karja outfit for the occasion because I have to go and talk to the king. Cute, Avad. I also think I have to read the glyphs because I kind of just collected them and I didn't really read them except for the one in the quest, in Olin's quest.
We all have our place in the order. Always stay bright, always stay alert. That's what I say.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Where's the Sun King? Your Highness.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. The Eclipse will attack soon, from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the City Guard fortify the Western Ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
What?
Have you spoken to Blameless Murad?
Not yet, but I will.
He wishes to speak to you. Defensive preparations are his responsibility.
Didn't you just say I'm going to tell you everything that I know? Did I not understand that properly? Possibly. Aaron!
You still want to talk? I might need a hanky.
I'll see you later.
Oh, he's still
I
on
hope
that
so.
quest. Okay. Where's Murad?
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge of defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the City Guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
Delver's son. Son of Delver? Is that about right? Alright. Let's play the role of the Nora Protector. And see what our friends have to say. Oh, journal. So back. Last time I visited Prime was November of last year. Months have been a blur. Flew out last night to oversee installation of the central armature and the master override. You're welcome, Ted, which was completed by 0430. Is that how you say it? So I decided to grab a few hours of sleep here before heading back to ZD. Called Gaia before I bedded down, ostensibly to update her on the side plan, but the truth is I missed her. I've developed a habit of speaking to her before I sleep. Seems to be the only thing that calms me these days. Woke to a message from Oswald. The Odyssey launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel so uneasy? I just keep wondering what kind of world Farzanev will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. And I worry about that alpha build of Apollo. So much knowledge, so few restraints, and no fail-safes. How will they avoid repeating our mistakes? What's to stop them from playing God? Okay, so she had the same concern. Forwarded the Odyssey message to the Alphas. Naoto replied in less than a minute with a poem, of course, The Building of the Ship by Longfellow. And it's long. Alright. I didn't read all of it, but it seems to be about launching a ship rather than building one. This stanza, or couplet of whatever, leapt out at me. Humanity, with all its fears, with all its hopes and future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Yeah, Odyssey and Zero Dawn both. Speaking of which, I should go back to ZD. Guess I should stop by now to slap and check on Demeter progress too. If I can get out of there without a volume of medicine present in my hands, I'll count myself lucky. Till next time. So, just a short, some short information about the Odyssey. So the Odyssey was actually, previously they had like this idea of, okay, let's go and populate that other planet that is apparently survivable. And, let me just read this. Yeah. And so they launched it in the 2040s or something, 2050s, and apparently something happened with the dark matter fuel. And it didn't actually launch. Not in the way that it was supposed to. Where was it supposed to go? Oh, I can go either here or here. Okay, let's teleport down there. So, yeah, and then it stayed in orbit of the Earth for a very, very long time. Until, now I need to get my facts straight. Was it Sterling Malkeet? Because Farzanev is one of the companies, and there was Sterling Malkeet. Didn't they buy it? Or was it Farzanev? I really don't remember. But they bought the ship? The remains of the... What are you doing here? You're new. We're supposed to be here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they are supposed to be here. And, so... It became... Actually, I think they bought it before the Pharaoh Plague happened, and then they were, like, going to try to travel to that planet anyways. I do believe that a copy of Apollo was sent to it after the Pharaoh Plague happened, and then, you know, all of a sudden it became viable, and then something happened, which now I cannot remember. Is it in the quests? Odyssey has failed. There we go. Some general museum president has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicates a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drivers spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of ziggets and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. But were they really lost? Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species. So, that is the conclusion of the Odyssey story. Thank you very much.
Have you just polished that armor, was it?
Of course.
Isn't that a...
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
No, I'm awake.
So after our last conversation with
Damn it.
Ross, it's interesting to see that Aloy is actually, she was honest with him, and she said that she's afraid, well, kind of, she said that she's afraid of dying, and that she's not sure what the chances are, and now she's going to put on a strong face for everyone else. That is so Elizabeth Sobek, isn't it? Halloween, Travis came by trick-or-treating, dressed up like me. Should have seen that coming. I gave him a half-eaten packet of Denny wafers as a treat and kicked him out, but not before he invited me to some kind of Italian horror extravaganza he organized for ZT staff. Seriously. As though there isn't enough horror in the world already. Anyway, I was already scheduled to fly out here to G Prime for final inspections of Harris and the president's delegation. Ted was here too, and he was not looking good. Kept fidgeting and couldn't seem to look me in the face without blinking. I was relieved when he boarded his word to and flew back to Thebes. Gag. Though I guess I shouldn't complain. If he wants to build himself a deluxe shelter, you ride out the apocalypse, let him. Keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. Harris. So they didn't know if they were going to go to Elysium or not. Harris stuck around long enough to give me a detailed briefing on the strategic situation. Basically, we've entered the terminal phase, as though the color of the sky when I was flying over here wasn't clue enough. Another 2 or 3 weeks and the atmosphere won't be breathable. The last vestiges of European and West African civ brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The swarm that scuttled across Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan, about to start its death crawl up South America towards the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, and it comes to this, and advanced elements of the Pacific swarms are already skirmishing with units on the Kalmar seawall. The news is tightening. Projections show we can still finish in time, but the margin of error is plus minus 10 days. Not a good spread. If the plague breaks through ahead of schedule, well, it just can't. I will not let that happen. Enough writing. I need to get back to Zero Dawn. So because of the unforeseen events of maybe the plague did break through earlier than anticipated, the Alphas were all going to stay at G Prime and not go to Elysium. Also, where is Elysium? We have never seen this location. Is this something that is going to be revealed eventually? Also, Thebes, which was Pharaoh's bunker. Are we ever going to go there?
Was a guard under
Things
the
to
last
keep in mind.
king. Far cry from those days.
Little Huntress, you called, so here I am.
Ready to fight?
Fight? I thought you just wanted tea and conversation. Is there a battle coming? I wasn't informed.
Well, that can't be true. You're always informed.
Ah, so I am. We've only met a few times, and yet you know me so well.
I don't think I know you at all. But I'd like to.
When I hear that line, it usually means something else. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. The enemy we face today is the same that turned Meridian into a slave pit and Sunfall into a bloodbath. Fanatics who torture and murder mothers, fathers, families, children, and say it's the will of the sun. I hate them, Aloy. I've got the scars of their whips on my back to prove it. And today, we can get rid of them once and for all. I said I came for you, but that was only half the truth. I came for them. This time, they're not getting away.
I'm with you, Vanasha. We'll fight them together.
And I won't forget it, little huntress. Tomorrow, may the sun rise in a better world.
Don't ask me where to go if you're lost. I'm a guard.
I can talk to Uthid though, although I helped bring him here.
You're the hunter from the Banuk Grove.
I remember you also, Nora. The machines shook free of their slumber after you arrived. Raged and fought.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
No, I'm thanking you. That night, I decided I would not go back to Banur. I would take my hunt into these lands. So many machines, even demons. Spidery, skittering, without the blue light in them. Dead things that must be killed again.
Our enemies dug up an army of them.
An army. Yes, that's why I came. Good. I'll wait.
Does that look like wolf pelt to you? I haven't seen wolves in this game.
Elita, I'm pleased to see you, but what are you doing here?
I'm helping prepare for the battle. If a Thrall were here, we would have fought together. I know it. So I'm doing everything I can. Digging battlements, collecting herbs. Anything that makes a difference. I can't take his place. Nothing can take his place. But I'm
She
here
looks
for
better.
him. For both of us.
I understand what it was he saw in you.
He'll always be with me. Sun and shadow still meet for a moment. Every dawn and dusk. I should give you this. To help in the battle. By the sun, I hope you don't need it.
Thank you, Elita. Be safe.
There are no shadows under the
How
moon.
many
Evidence.
men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Luthid?
As many as I have to.
Who else do we have
I
here?
love it when you say things like that. It's so...
Nakoa.
Nakoa, you came to fight.
How could I not? During the Red Raid, there was only one Karja butcher the Nora feared more than Zaid.
Helis.
I would stand against any army he leads, no matter how strong. For the Nora he terrorized, for myself, and for my father.
We'll stop him. You have my word.
Your word means a lot, especially now. Because of you, I hear the sacred land is opened. If we win, I can go home. It'll be good to see Jan again. I'm with you, Aloy. Until the end.
She looks nice in her outfit.
Geneva, they called you back to duty.
So, you're the one behind all this commotion? Who made Sun King Avad finally show his sword arm from behind those robes?
A king can be fierce and fair, Geneva. He's a good man.
A smart man, too. He had Murad offer all my prisoners a royal pardon if they'd fight for Meridian. The whole motley lot of them agreed. Didn't take much convincing.
With your kind of convincing, I don't doubt it.
Ha! This time I went easy on them. Those who commit the crime of attacking Meridian, they'll see less of my lenient side. May the sun blaze at your back, Aloy.
Now, holy moly. I'm not going to say that this is a feminist
That's
game
a
because
nice
far be it from me. But look at this.
I like the way you grip it.
1, 2,
Amazing.
3, 4, 5, and down there's Petra. So 6 out of 2 male characters.
Petra!
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murat asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Ostrom, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then. The target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did.
You know, I'll miss talking to her.
It hits nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow. Range is good. Try the next. See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no. With these, I think we could hold off an army.
You know that I appreciate your help, Petra. This battle, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see each other again, I know it. Next time could be the time I'll convince you to stick with the free heap.
Petra, you know
I do. Always had a weakness for restless girls, though.
All this flirting in this game. OMG. Anywho's, I was going to say that everything's
Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
That it's a shame because I really like some of these characters: Nil, Petra, Vanasha. Sorry, sir. So it is a shame. I don't think that we are going to see them. Already read that one. I think that we're not going to see any Erend and Varl. We're not going to see them perhaps in Frozen Wilds. Okay, Frozen Waterworks. That is what I am assuming. Well, it's much easier to ride up here.
Talana, why are you here?
I'm your hawk. Where else would I be?
Defending Meridian with Avad?
I leave that to the rest of the Lodge. I will not stand aside while one of mine fights alone. Not again.
Are you sure you...
You're risking your life for all of us. You can't ask me to stand by and watch. Not when I have the power to change it.
Then I won't ask you.
It's settled. I will fight by your side. My only request...
Name it.
Leave the biggest machine for me.
No promises.
Cute, eh? So I did not see Nil. He's for sure not up here.
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These Carja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
The Anointed.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. this will be ended. My spear, my word. The Carja do not impress me. To build so tall is to invite the fate of the ancients. We will stand tall, for we are the strength of the Nora. Your fight is ours. You know it to be so. The Carja do not impress me. To build so tall is to invite the fate of the ancients.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed, either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Your friend, the Vanguard, keeps looking over. Up here, I'm not sure if the world's grown bigger, or I've grown smaller. I apologize for the war chief. She is hating this. Your friend, the Vanguard, keeps looking over.
You know, he's just like his mom. Also, why did I say Dany Targaryen? Because how many prospect lovers, potential lovers,
they call themselves
does she have? It's
the
amazing.
Eclipse. What does that even mean? It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Carja. Carja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Carja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys just like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys.
And they just remind me of...
Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
What was I going to say? They kind of look like, from Assassin's Creed, the Byzantines? Is it the Byzantines? So those the guys that I mean? Or the, what was the name? Ottoman? Could also be the Ottoman. Last journal! Such a close thing. It's been, what, 43 hours since Harris warned me? Said collapse of the eastern line was imminent. Swarms launching some kind of pincer maneuver versus the Wichita salient. 5 or 6 days more, and I think Gaia could have launched without our help. I really do. We had to scramble. ZD became a madhouse, absolute bedlam. Every team rushing to stabilize code and lock it. down as Gammas got evacuated, then beat us. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up, but they already knew, of course. They knew the work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Still tests to run, King's too smooth. Work to do, so they accepted it. No Elysium for us. We'll spend the rest of our lives here testing and polishing each subordinate function to perfection. Guess that's what you get when you recruit a bunch of obsessive perfectionists. Managed not to cry until I got back to my office. So here, see, they are so damn similar. So here we are setting up Gaia Prime, and yeah, such a close thing. Makes me feel nauseated all over again when I contemplate how the fate of life could hinge on coincidence. If I never proposed the Lightkeeper Protocol, there never would have been living spaces constructed here. If I'd abandoned the protocol sooner, the necessary life support system never would have been installed. If. At least we won't have to endure the creepiness of raising and training clones of ourselves. The genetic material was never processed out of the cradle sides, so it's not even possible, for which I'm glad. I really, really wouldn't want to spend time around a young Travis Tate, raised by Travis Tate. No, it'll be up to us to perfect Gaia, one generation only. Updates. That was General Harris. The salient has collapsed. USRC expects to be overrun in 2 days, which gives us 72 hours at best to lock down and seal. I'm sorry. I'll go tell the others.
I hope we fight soon. My armor's getting itchy.
What kind of machines have they got?
Big, ugly ones. From the ancients.
Ugly and ancient? Like your mother?
Worse, like your wife.
That's enough. This is what I have to deal with.
We gonna fight soon? I'm getting hungry.
You're always hungry.
Feasts on me, after we win.
Beer too?
Beer too. You just can't leave me alone, can you?
I think she likes you.
You gonna kiss her, Captain?
Shut up. Now. We'll just pretend that never happened.
What kind of machines have they got?
Big,
interesting.
From the ancients.
I had never gone through all those chats. What is that? Rest before the battle, which is exactly what we're going to do. Teleporting or fast traveling is already going to save the game if I'm not incorrect. Or if I'm right. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I wanted to say. Byzantine militia. Let me see. Could be the Ottoman as well. Come on, show me a picture. Yeah, a little bit of the Byzantine. Let me see. Byzantine Almagafar. Oh, no picture, man. So it was definitely the Byzantines, though. Okay, time to rest, which means there's going to be a weird cut in a little bit, guys. I'm sorry about that. Well, it was not my purpose, but since,
An army at the ridge. Save yourselves.
wow, I just... What is this? Is that where we met the Sun Priest? Didn't know that there was another access point. Okay.
Take a look at these.
Byzantine Stalker. Yeah, it's Stalkers too, right?
Don't watch. Hide.
Indeed, it is about to start, guys.
Boland's apartment feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
Nope. All done.
you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you, Rost? After you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
She's not wrong there. So they're going to wake her up in a moment. But we are going to finish this one here. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.